Welcome to this week's Ferrari Financial Market News Summary. The action on Wall Street this week really showed that the market was still very nervous. We feel that the worries about the US housing market are still very prevalent, and the action towards the end of the week, even though the market climbed to new highs, demonstrated to us that the market is selling off at this time. High volumes on 4 out of the 5 days this week, extra high volume, tells us that there's really a sell-off going on. So is this an intermediate market high we're experiencing? Let's have a look at our chart.
So looking at the long-term 3-year chart for the Nasdaq Composite Index, we can see the trend that has formed over the last 2.5 to 3 years, and if I draw the long-term trend line through the main points, it looks something like this. Let's fix that on the chart. Here we go. Now you can see that the trend has in fact returned a number of times over the last 3 years, and even though we've experienced a good rally over this last 9 months or so, we are at a crucial point here. The problem is to decide whether this is a consolidation that's going on, or whether in fact the high that we had about 5 weeks ago, and then the sudden drop due to the Russian unraveling of their stock market, which also occurred on very high volume. If you can see this volume spike down here, that sell-off occurred on very high volume, which is significant. Also significant, we feel, is the fact that the rally over the last 5 weeks here has been accompanied by a decreasing amount of volume. Can you see how the volume at this point here has in fact steadily decreased, and in fact has only just increased to normal levels again during this last week, indicating that we may be approaching another sell-off time. Therefore we feel that a prudent small short position in the overall index tracker stock may prove to be a good short-term play at this point, as probably next week, if the earnings, the slew of earnings results due to come out next week don't prove to be uplifting for the market, we could quite easily see another sell-off from this point. This could mean that simply the consolidation is continuing, or in fact that the idea that this is a medium-term top, that this medium-term top is in fact forming, and we're liable to see a downturn again in the next month or so. We'll keep you posted.
So the question is, are we experiencing just another intermediate high as part of the long-term rally that we've seen over the last 3 years? Or in fact could this be something a little more ominous? We are beginning to feel that the peak we're experiencing at the moment on high volume could in fact be the head of a head and shoulders pattern. The left shoulder was formed some weeks ago with the Russian incident causing a sharp drop in the markets. The head is now built over the last 2 to 3 weeks. If we get another sell-off in the next week or two on high volume, I think we could be looking at the head of a fairly short-term head and shoulders pattern forming. It's going to be very interesting to see how the market moves over the next week or two. Until then, we'll keep you posted, and it's goodbye from London.